Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today is Saturday and the Double Evolution Tournament is officially underway, so you know what that means. It is time for me to bring you guys 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks to use to have success with and win in this tournament. If you take a look at the details, it's going to be a normal battle game mode lasting 4 days long, and you play with 2 evolutions, winning as many battles as you can to earn rewards. As you can see, I'm currently at 5 wins, undefeated record, and the goal of today's video is going to be to get to 10 wins, 1 win with each of the decks. Hopefully we can do so undefeated. We'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to it. So, as I've been doing for the last few months in a row now, I have 5 specially curated decks, cream of the crop for the current meta after the recent balance changes, and I have to give a special shout out to my friend Alan, who is a professional coach for this game. He's coaching some of the best players in the world playing Clash Royale League right now, such as Riley, Ian, Air Surfer, and many other professionals, and he has given me a deck list to choose from, or a set of decks rather, a list of decks to choose from for today's video, and I'll be showing you guys 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks that I picked out from that list to have success in this format. Again, we're going to have a variety of different decks, including cycle decks, beatdown decks, and control decks, so there's going to be something for everyone here. As always, I'll be doing my best to give a brief run through of each deck, and then I'll play one game with the deck, showcasing my strategy and teaching you guys how to play with it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. All deck links will be in the description below if you guys would like to check it out. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video and it helps you out, and let's get right into the deck breakdown. Starting out, we have Goblin Drill. Can you guys really be surprised that we're starting out with Goblin Drill? This is pretty much the best cycle archetype in the game right now, bar none. I believe this was the highest finishing cycle deck in the game last ladder season, finishing number 6 in the world by Remy Ellie. Evo Drill is still one of the best evolutions in the entire game. It's an S tier card, S tier evolution, and just so broken. That previous nerf they did to it did absolutely nothing. This is going to be a more ground based all around drill deck. We have Poison Log as our spells of choice. Log is there because I like just having this combination of Poison Log. You know, some drill decks opted to not run Log recently, but I feel like it's pretty important. We have the guards as solid ground defense against other drills, maybe pack a bridge spam other ground decks. Valkyrie as an all around tank, Fire Spirit for the fast cycle, and Bomber for a cheap splash support troop. By the way, just wanted to say that Cannoneer is kind of viable in the current meta, but I think all decks today will be using the Princess Tower just because I feel like it is ultimately the best tower. Pretty hard to kind of contest that, honestly, and argue against it. So yeah, just going to be letting you guys know we will be playing with the Princess Tower in every single game, but if you would like, I think Cannoneer can do a pretty good job, especially in Royal Giant, actually. Maybe for fun, I'll just play Cannoneer when I get to the Royal Giant deck. Spoiler, we have a Royal Giant deck coming out later on, but we'll see how it goes. We see the Goblins coming out. Let's go guards for that. Goblins could be a bunch of things, could be Hog EQ, could be some kind of bait. If it is going to be bait, that's going to be really nice for me because I do have a lot of splash options. Going to Fire Spirit for those bats, and that'll warrant a response further on my Valkyrie. Just going to go for a Tesla. So what is this deck? Bats, Goblins, Valkyrie, Barb Barrel. It's Mortar. Yo, I was looking away for a second. Oh my god. This happens to me all the time when I'm on stream, dude. I look away, you know, when it's on stream, I'm reading my chat, or like in this case, I just look away, scratch my nose or whatever, and then like a card just comes down that I have to respond to, and I'm just like, bro, okay. Anyways, we're going to get a nice Poison Log on the Mortar. So it's going to be some kind of Mortar bait deck. Could possibly be Mortar Graveyard, I guess, because we do see the Goblins Barb Barrel, but he has bats, so I'm not really sure. Demolisher comes down too. I don't know. I feel like this kind of matchup's going to be a little bit annoying because we're just going to have a lot to deal with, but at least we have a poison, so we can poison out most of the mortars if we need to. We have Fire Spirit as a direct response to those bats, which is going to be very helpful, of course. Demolisher is going to be a huge pain. Why is he playing? Okay, Mortar Lightning is really wild. I do want to go in, but the problem is he has a Valkyrie, so I can't really justify it. I mean, I'll go drill anyways. We kind of have to cycle back to our Evo Drill eventually for a nice punish, but unfortunately he does just have the Valkyrie, so that's going to be an easy just counter to my drill. We'll get a couple of stabs in there, but not much to write home about. I'll go guards because I want to save my Tesla to counter the Mortar this time. Don't want to have to overcommit with like Poison Log and then distract it. Goes for a defensive Mortar. Let's go Poison. Something that I want to tell you guys when you're playing cycle decks, especially this one, but honestly most cycle decks, is that you do want to go opposite lane to your opponent. With the exception of playing Minor Poison, sometimes that is better off going same lane. But for the most part, opposite lane is usually the move, and so right here we're going to be doing that. Going to go with a Drill plus Fire Spirit to predict the Goblins and just get a nice little offense going. It does get the bats out, so that's pretty good. We'll get quite a few Goblin stabs out there with that Drill, and then we do see a Lightning come out. Pretty aggressive by my opponent there, if I'm going to be honest. But I guess it's going to work out for him. Let's go with the Bomber for that, and then Evo Tesla for the Mortar. Nice, that's going to get on top, so Evo Tesla, very strong card, very solid option. of defending. Let's go Valk, and let's go Drill in the back here, because he's going to go Valkyrie. I want to kind of separate his stuff if we can. So we go with that nice Drill. His Valk's going to pull my Valk into the tower. Look at that Evo Valk, guys, messing up on his side, because that's actually going to help me out and get me a ton of damage. This is the bread and butter of this deck. This Drill punish with the Evo Drill is just huge. Let's go Drill again on offense. I feel like we can. It's a little bit aggressive, but I feel like we'll be fine. You know, we can just kind of stall out this mortar. Whoa, that's a pretty scary Evo Valkyrie. But I can go for a late Tesla, I think, and that's going to do a good job at defending everything. In the meantime, this Demolisher is going to be a huge pain, actually. Let's just go Valkyrie on it. And then let's actually just go with a Drill. He cycles a... Oh, I thought that was a Valkyrie. I was about to be so happy, but he cycles a Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's not going to be very useful. As you can see, guys, very important to separate your Drill placements and kind of mix them up, especially in different situations, like right now, when we're against a Valkyrie. You don't really want to just be going Drill in the same spot in the front every single time. He does mess up going Goblins, trying to block, but failing epically. That's going to be a dead mortar and very easily defended in both sides, so that's going to be a really chill first game. Honestly, this game's already over. We just got a huge punish with that Evo Drill. Speaking of which, he just cycled his own Valkyrie, so I feel like we can go with another one, but let's just focus on this full defense to be safe. So Tesla, I'll go with the high poison just to humor him. You know, let's just defend this. Let's go with the log on the mortar. He'll get one Evo mortar hit on tower. That's fine. That's whatever, you know, not a big deal. Guards will easily shut down that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Then I can go... Yeah, he's going for a Valkyrie again. He's going so aggro, so this is just it for him. He does have a Demolisher, to be fair. Like, I don't know why I said it like that, but he does have a Demolisher, so that's going to do a good job at countering my Drill. But look at that. He just overcommitted way too hard on offense. And as you can see, this Drill deck is just crazy with the punishes. Like, you can just overwhelm anyone at the right time, especially if they ever overcommit. These decks, especially this kind of Drill deck, thrives on elixir counting, card cycle tracking, and just kind of punishing your opponent at the right time. That was just a prime example of my opponent overcommitting, having no elixir, so at the end, that Drill just went crazy. But even at the start, you saw, he went Evo Valk into my Evo Drill push, and he still took a lot of damage. If you sequence your pushes right, this deck has infinite potential. So always happy to showcase the most broken archetype in the game. I usually do that in GZGT videos, and this is going to be the one, in my opinion, this season, Goblin Drill. Moving on, we have LavaHound, and LavaHound is still one of the best decks in the game. I think there were 5 Lavas in the top 10 last season, so if that doesn't tell you how strong this archetype is, I don't know what will. Honestly, insanity how strong this is. But we got the Lava, the Loon, very basic, and we got the Void, very standard as well. Pretty much what you can expect to see with Void being so broken. It got a nerf, it's still so broken, so the idea behind this deck is you build up big LavaLoon pushes, Idrag is your main defensive support troop, Skeledrags are your main offensive support troop, and then you have very solid ground defense too, with the Evo Valk and the Tombstone. Optionally, if you guys want, you can sub out the Tombstone for the guards, that's kind of personal preference. I'm going to be running with the Tombstone because I think this was more used in top ladder last season, but guards do just fine as well. I'm going to be giving this deck a spin. I feel like there's not too much to break down. With this deck, it's really just kind of plug and play if you know how to play LavaHound. I'm not going to lie, by the way, LavaHound is not necessarily just free to play. Like, you can't just play it and get infinitely easy punishes for no reason, but you can do pretty solid with it if you have a decent understanding of the game and fundamentals. So let's just play safe. You know, I would Lava first play like a true Lava player, but let's just play super safe to start this out. Let's go with the Zapta Cycle, and let's go with the Tombstone. We see a Knight. That tells me it might be some kind of cycle deck. I'm not entirely sure, but again, I'm just going to kind of go back to basics and standards, and we see a Princess. Let's go Skeledrags to snipe that Princess. Hopefully they'll get on top and just take it out. Very nice. Goes for a Prince, trying to protect. That'll go right into my Tombstone. We're against Rascal's Bait right now, so honestly not really a matchup I want to see, but this is so far a decent start. I'll just go for a low Valkyrie, and yeah, that barrel is going to be a huge pain. I'm actually going to ignore that and just go for a LavaHound. This might be a mistake, but I feel like it's going to be the move, honestly, because I don't want to waste my cycle too badly on anything, and I think my sequencing is actually pretty good now because I believe you're up elixir, so this actually might be a big punish if we can get around to it. Let's go. Balloon. Does he have a rocket? He might not have a rocket. These decks usually stop running a rocket now, so yeah, we can zap those away. We can void away the Dark Goblin. That's going to be his main air counter. That's going to one-shot the Dark Goblin. That's just like that, guys. That's tower down. Look at that. Like, this is the power of this deck. And wait, how is the tower on the balloon? I'm actually so confused. Oh, because I zapped. Right. My bad. I'm stupid. But yeah, that's literally it, guys. That's tower down. Like, it's that easy. So the problem is I still have a big defense to get through, but we should be good. I'll just go for an early Valkyrie, and if he goes for a barrel, I'll probably just go Skeleton Dragon to try and snipe that. The problem is he might go with something in the other lane, and that I'm not sure what to do about, because that princess is just kind of lingering. Yeah, there we go. So I'll go Tombstone, I'll go Skilly Drags after the fact as well. That should defend everything. We actually do have an Evo Zap as well, so if we need to, you know, that can be pretty helpful. Does get that log off. I'll be fine taking a Prince hit, guys. Something you have to be very comfortable with as a Lava player, especially, like beatdown player, but especially Lava player, is taking damage. Like, you just have to sack damage sometimes and ignore stuff to build up a massive push. And so, if he goes barrel right now, I'm just going to ignore the entire thing. Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna go eye drag here. Oh, this is a perfect zap, guys. Look at this. I didn't just Evo zap the princess. I waited on the perfect zap. This right here was the perfect zap. We hit the Rascal Girls, we hit the princess, and just like that, I think he's just dead. Look at this Evo Valk melting everything. We can drop a Loon in here. We can void the princess to take that out. He might go Dark Goblin. That's fine. Princess is gonna get one shot. Dark Goblin. Oh, don't walk into the void. I really don't want it to, actually. Oh my god, the Valk's pulling it in. That's crazy. That's a dead Dark Goblin. And that right there is simply good game. Like, there's just nothing this guy can do, man. It's just, it's over for him. I'm going to ignore both those barrels. Let's try and get the 3 crown if we can. This deck is all about 3 crown madness, guys. Oh my god. And we are going to get almost a perfect 3 crown. We did lose our tower at the end of it, but GG's. He kind of sequenced that all wrong, and we sequenced it all right. So again, like I said, Lava is not the hardest archetype to play. Don't get me wrong, there are very hard matchups you can get when you're playing Lava Hound, and I'm not saying it's just easy to play, free, you'll win every single match. Especially in GTs, actually, I played Lava early and lost because of it, because Lava's just not the most solid deck against certain like mid-ladder weird decks. Like, for example, P.E.K.K.A. is pretty rough for Lava, I'd say. But for the most part, it's actually pretty solid if you know what they're doing. And these Prince bait players, I was considering including this in the video today, but they don't run a big spell anymore. They have arrows or log as their only spell these days. So Lava can kind of run over them if they can't really like control everything well. You have to pressure so well as a Prince bait player. And yeah, that was just pretty chill, honestly, like just chill Lava vibe. So Lava Void, if you're a beatdown player, just want a deck that's not too high skill floor, like you can just pick it up and have a decent success rate with right off the bat, I'd say Lava Hound is for you. Moving on, we have Hogs EQ. Again, shout out to my professional friend Alan for helping me out with this video. I'll probably ask him for help on every video at this point, because for the GTs, because he's just built different like that. But he told me this deck, I absolutely have to include it because it's so strong, and I can see why. I mean, this deck has just always been a staple. I think Ian in the last GT went like 28-0 with it or something. Like, it's just the most solid deck you can think of. It's so versatile, and you can pretty much win any matchup. You have Pigs as your main win condition, ultra fast cycle with the double evolution cycle cards, Evo Ice Spirit, that's right, we are rocking it, Cannon as a safe ground support troop, EQ log delivery as our spells. EQ log are just pretty decent at spell cycling, but also just beating down against any buildings. Like, you have a Tesla, cannon, bomb tower. EQ can help you break through that, and delivery is just a great defensive option. You don't really see it in many decks these days at all, but in this deck it's always a staple because it's just so solid at what it does. And then we have a queen to round it off with a champion offering that 3-card cycle and also our solid air support. So one matchup you don't want to get with this deck is going to be Lava Hound. I'd say that's a pretty rough matchup, but of course you can also win that. Ian was consistently beating Lava Void with this deck last season because it's just Ian, man. But yeah, with this deck, you can go Pigs first play. I'm just going to do that right now, actually, because you literally can go Pigs first play. There's not much that you can get punished for. As you can see, we're going to force out 6 elixirs, so it's already a +1, technically. And we will get a massive log. Don't take that the wrong way, but that's going to be on the entire Goblin Gang and the Firecracker. And we can even go with an Ice Spirit to activate King off this Firecracker if we get the timing correctly. Beautiful. So that's the King Tower activation, and that's just going to be a beautiful start to this match. This looks like Mega Knight bait, if I had to guess, which should be a pretty easy matchup, actually. The only thing about this deck is that you don't have a mini tank. I'd say those are the 2 biggest weaknesses of this deck. Number 1, no mini tank. Number 2, you don't have the best air defense, I guess. But we'll go Skellies to cut this eye drag opposite lane. As you can see, that's a very fun play. Now let's go in. Let's see what he has for this. Hopefully not a Mega Knight, but I feel like he's about to drop one. Yeah, I honestly had a feeling, man. But that's fine. We'll just kind of still get some Pigs chip, and then we can go Cannon. And I'll let the Mega Knight jump onto the cannon, then I'll go with the delivery on top of it. Yo, wait. That changes everything. Let's go Ice Spirit. Keep the cannon alive right now. Then let's go with a low balloon. Perfect Ice Spirit. Oh my god, that was clean. Let's go with a Archer Queen, rather, on the balloon. Dude, that was actually a perfect defense. I'm not going to lie, guys. Not to toot my own horn too much, but that was really clean. I'm actually proud of that one. Because, yeah, that was nice. And now we have a counter-pushing Archer Queen. Probably going to go for a Goblin Gang on it. We can just pop our ability right about now. And that's going to kill the entire gang. Now we can go Pigs with it as well. And that's going to be 2 hits on the tower. Would have been even more perfect if I was able to somehow get those pigs to tank for the queen, but that's kind of a tricky position to put yourself in. I wanted to see if he had like a spell. He does not really seem to have a spell for that, you know, but still. It's Mega Knight LavaLoon, which I wouldn't say is the easiest matchup traditionally, but we're kind of cooking right now. I'll just let this go. We shouldn't take too much damage. Yeah, we're good, we're good. And just like that, guys, we are chilling. I'm going to pre-cycle a cannon. Yep, as he goes for the MK. So we're going to have a big defense. Let's try and brace ourselves for this one. Let's go with a low Archer Queen. And we're going to have to defend like crazy right now. So Ice Spirit will do a good job. I forgot he had Lightning, man. That's actually really annoying, I'm not going to lie. We'll go with the delivery right now on the MK. As the Ice Spirit does do a great job at freezing it, then we can go with the log cycled. And we're already back to another Archer Queen, actually. So let's just go with that in the back. Get that 3-card cycle going. And let's go pigs. Let's go EQ to predict the Goblin Gang on the Royal Hogs. Perfect, look at that. Perfect prediction. Well played, SK. That's going to be tower down. And now he's going to go MK in front of this Lumberjack most likely, which is fine. That's actually fine. I'm expecting it. Let's go with the ability right about now. It's going to get a lot of value. Then we can go Ice Spirit plus delivery. Beautiful Ice Spirit. And as you guys can see, this deck has such a fast cycle, especially with that Queen, giving that 3-card cycle. We're already back to a second cannon. So just like that, we're able to just kite this balloon all the way across the world. Look at this, guys. 3rd cannon, just in case that wasn't dead. 3 cannons in like 10 seconds, basically. Like, that's what this deck is capable of. That is a perfect win. I'd say that demonstrates how to play this deck perfectly. If that one doesn't show, then I'm not sure what does, because that was just unbelievably clean, man. Like, we just defended everything so nicely, and we were against Mega Knight. Like, that's kind of a rough matchup for the deck. Again, no mini tank is one of the biggest weaknesses. And he had Balloon, Lightning for the Archer Queen. Like, he had almost all the responses he wanted, but we still just kind of played well. As long as you have good defensive skills and good micro, like I said, this deck can outplay anything and just win you the match. So that was really clean. I'm actually feeling really good about this GT video. I'm playing really well, and I'm just feeling happy about these. So, really good deck. Would definitely recommend if you guys enjoy Cycle decks. Moving on, we have Royal Giant. This is more of a hybrid between Cycle and Control, but I would say this is like a overall Control archetype in a Cycle's skin, I guess. I mean, it's a Cycle version. We got the E-Spirit, the Skellies, but this is RG Cycle. RG is an archetype that really never dies. Like, ever since Evo RG was out, it was one of the best archetypes in the game. Kind of took a dive for a bit, being put on the back burner, but it's been back recently. I've seen a lot of RG recently because it does pretty well at a lot of different matchups. There are many versions you can run, by the way. You don't have to run this one. There's Evo Wizard Void instead of Skellies and Fireball if you want. There's like some other ones with guards in there. There's so many RG versions, but this one is just kind of a classic 3.0 RG fast cycle. Evo RG, Evo Skellies. The one weakness of this deck is that you don't have much air. So again, if you do face Lava Hound, you might be kind of cooked because you only have Phoenix, but you can outplay them and still win that matchup. I actually beat Lava Hound on stream earlier today with this exact deck, so it was a great feeling. But you have super good defense. Fisherman can whisk anything away on defense and even on offense. It can pull counters away from the RG. Ghost is a great pressure card with RG and also counters Drill very well, which is pretty popular in the meta right now. And then a big thing about this deck is you can cycle multiple RGs, especially because it is a cycle version again. So you can just go RG one lane, RG the other lane, or even 2 RGs in one lane, whatever you really want to do. And I feel like this deck just has infinite potential. Like, this deck is truly a crazy archetype, one that's so fun to play, and I hope I can do it justice in this game I'm about to play with it. So let's go Skellies. Let's go E-Spirit for those Spear Goblins, and Spear Goblins tells me it might be some kind of bait deck, which shouldn't be too bad of a matchup, I'd say, unless it's Minor Wall Breakers, and that's going to be ultimate pain. That is a Suspicious Bush. Okay, some kind of Bush cycle deck, I guess? Let's cycle a log early. Let's take that Bush off the board and get the Ghost to be able to get a lot of value. I'll ignore these. Okay, never mind. Okay, wow, there's no ignorance over here. Let's go. Oh my god, this guy's spamming. Let's go E-Spirit for all of that. Let's go Ghost over here. Let's log the Prince. Please don't charge on my tower. Oh my god, it charged on my tower. Okay. This is not the greatest start, guys. I'm not going to lie. This is not the greatest start to this match. But we're going to get some kind of Ghost damage at least. It's better than nothing, I suppose. We'll just go Phoenix on top of everything. I mean, yeah, this is not the greatest start. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, this is rough, but I think we can come back. I think we can come back. That's a really suspicious Bush over there. Yo, the Phoenix. Shout out to that Phoenix, man. I feel like I could go RG the bridge right now, but I won't. I want to be safe. So let's just go RG the back. But, yeah, a big thing about playing against Dagger Duchess is that you have to know when their daggers are low. You have to act accordingly, and right there would have been one such case. But, okay, he's going to spam opposite lane. You already know he's going to spam his entire bar in the left. But that means he might not be ready to defend. Yo, what in the hell? Okay, let's go E-Spirit early, and then let's go Evo Skellies for the Prince, and let's go with the Fisherman. He does zap, so I might lose my entire tower, guys. I'm not going to lie. I might lose my entire left side tower. In fact, I think I will. But I hope I can take the entire right side tower. Let's E-Spirit to break the bats, maybe. Give me that prediction. Beautiful, 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 but I don't think that's enough, actually. Or is it? I think that was a really clean prediction. That might be enough to kind of save this match. Or if not, it's going to be a lot of damage. Okay, 39. Bro, seriously, that is so close to tower, but not tower. Anyways, I'm going in again because that is a 0 dagger Duchess, and I need to capitalize on that. So give me this RG punish. Let's go Fisherman as well to whisk that Prince away. And, I mean, this is pretty risky. I'm spending a lot of elixir on offense here, but I feel like it should be worth it. Because, yeah, we took almost the entire tower now. He's probably going to go Evo Goblin Giant soon. Let's go Phoenix to DPS down this Prince early. There it is. Go with the Ghost. Let's go Fisher to whisk this Evo Gob Giant away real quick. Please do your thing, man. Why are you on the Spear Goblins? That is not... Oh my god, that's the wrong target. Oh my god. Wow, this game, guys, this game is kind of a disaster, I'm not going to lie to you. That is not tower down, but... Oh my goodness, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, we're going to go RG over here. Ghost as well. Just give me one hit, man. Just give me one hit. That's all I really asked for. We're going to get... Oh, never mind. I need 2 hits. I was not counting right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have not gone into this kind of situation. Hold up. I need to get a log on the tower ASAP. So let's just do that right now. Log. Okay. Let's go in. We actually have a big counter push. We have a Ghost. We have a baby Phoenix. We have a big Phoenix coming down. Like, let's just get a massive counter push coming in right now. Let's Fisher to whisk this Prince away. And hold on. This RG is going to cook on the King Tower right now. So that's pretty solid. Then we can log all of this stuff. We can E-Spirit all of the bats. And we're actually doing pretty good in this tower trade situation, guys. Like, it's not looking too bad. Okay, hold up. That's an Evo Gob Giant. That is an Evo Gob Giant. I'm not blind. I do see that right there. That's pretty menacing, but I think we'll be okay if this Fisher just does his job. Please do your job, man. Oh my god, it's not doing his job. And there's the sus bush. Yo, wait. Okay, the bush died. How did the bush die? I have no idea how the bush died, but it died. That's all that really matters. Fisher... Don't die. Okay. Let's go in, and then let's just, like, log the Goblin Gang, maybe. If he goes Gang on top. Goblin Gang there, that's fast reaction time. Bats get clipped by the E-Spirit. I think we won, guys. I think we won. Oh my god, that was stressful, but GG's. Nice. Wow, 3-crown race. I've not gotten into a situation like that, like, ever, I don't think, with RG. It's always, like, a 2-tower game. But, I mean, I will admit I played pretty risky. But, I mean, it all worked out in the end, right? So, like I said, this deck is a pretty solid control deck. You can just control the pace of the match. That was a really annoying deck, dude. Goblin Giant Prince, bait spam with a sus bush. Like, that was annoying. But we got the W in the end. We got the 3-crown. All that really matters, right? So... yeah, I guess it's funny how that doesn't even count for crowns. Like, we only got 1 crown surviving, so that's 4. That's the same as taking 1 and retaining 3 towers in terms of the crown tower math. But still, RG can do anything. I guess the one kind of weak spot of this deck is you don't have any strict tank, like, you know, a knight or like a prince, for example. You have the Ghost, which is pretty squishy, and then the Fisherman, which is also pretty squishy, but you have that ability that kind of does a good job. But, yeah, that was tense, man. But I feel like I predicted the bats really well at the start. I reacted fast with my log on the gang at the end, and that was just kind of a nicely executed game. So I always enjoy making these GT videos, guys, because I get the craziest of matches. But yeah, this deck can outplay any matchup, really. I feel like that one wasn't too bad of a matchup. You just have to control the game well, and I feel like that was pretty solid. Like, the Phoenix put in a lot of work in that matchup. So did the Royal Ghost, for that matter. So yeah, RG, always vouch for this deck. Always love to see it. Last but certainly not least, we do have 3.0 Xbow Cycle, my favorite deck in the game. If you guys don't know me, I am a 3.0 Xbow Cycle player. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. But I make videos with this deck most of the time, and I actually did not include it in my best GT decks video last month. But I feel like it's kind of back because my friend Titan finished number 11 in the entire world with this exact variant. So we have Evo Archers, Evo Tesla, and then the Ice Spirit, not even the Electro Spirit, which is looking pretty solid in the meta right now. So the main way you play this deck, I can't really summarize it too easily, but you basically use your Xbow your win condition to outcycle your opponent's counters, or punish them at the right times with low elixir or bad card cycles. And then alternately, you can go for spell cycle as a win condition if you want with the fireball cycle and the log. And then you have really solid defense. Like, this deck can defend anything in the entire game if you play it well, with archers, Tesla, knight, and then cycle cards. So this deck can really beat any matchup if you play it well. That's kind of what drew me to this deck in the first place. All my best achievements in the game are with this deck, except for my best ladder finishes, but all my best GT finishes, all of my overall global tourney finishes are for the most part with this deck, or some variation of Xbow. So let's see what we can do. Up against Logbait for the first match here, so you might be against Susbush, or we might be up against Rascal's Bait. It could be anything, really. Let's see what we're in for. But yeah, this is my comfort, guys. I always love playing this deck, and I'm kind of happy to bring it back into this series, because I do love it very much. Let's go Bow with this Archer in the left. pretty decent counter push. And let's see, he has a hut. Okay, what? Goblin hut? Okay, he's at 1 elixir right now. Like I said, card cycle counting and elixir counting is pretty important. He's at like 2, 3 elixir right now. So that Xbow is about to hit the tower. And he goes for a Tesla. Let me just commit a lot to this because that is worth committing to. And let's just log on those as well as the Goblin hut. And that's going to be a dead Goblin hut as well as a big Xbow connection on the tower. The one thing I have to worry about now is the fact that he's going to go for a Goblin barrel. And I don't have a login cycle for that. So go archers. Go knight, and he's probably going to barrel any second now, right? E-barbs is really random, but as you can see, like, knight archers, very solid defensive core, and you can just defend anything with this, so, I mean, what is he even going to do? We're against Logbait Goblin Hut. This is a wild deck, I'm not going to lie, and I'm kind of glad we didn't get this kind of matchup when I was playing Royal Giant, because that would have been honestly more annoying than anything else. Like, when I see Goblin Hut, then I go RG, he goes E-barbs on the RG, I'd be like, what? What is this deck? Anyways, we've outcycled his counters. Let's go Xbow right now. He doesn't have E-barbs in cycle, so what's he going to do? Hut. Yeah, we can just log that, and that's going to be a dead Goblin Hut. Then we can go Knight for the Lumberjack. Look at that perfect log timing, and he just spent 9 elixir. He's at like 3 elixir tops right now. Probably about to go for a Tesla. Let's go Skelly's predicting the Tesla for that matter. And what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? Let's go Ice Root as well, just to predict even further. Keep this Xbow alive. And make sure we take the entire left side tower. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this game is already over. As you can see, if you know what you're doing with this deck, you can just outplay anyone. And I just won in the first like minute of the game, like first 2 minutes basically. So that was actually really funny. Let's go Xbow, archers to predict E-barbs, and then I'm going to go knight as well for the E-barbs. I'm going to ignore this entire barrel. Little thing called using tower damage as a resource right here, where I know he's going to try and get damage with the barrel, but I'd rather just focus on this Xbow and get a lot of value out of that, as opposed to overcommitting to the tower. I'll actually ignore this again and go... Actually, I'm not going to ignore that because that's a raging barrel. I'm not going to ignore a full raging barrel. I take that back. But we'll keep the pressure up now with the Xbow again, coming down relentlessly, and he's going to go E-barbs, right? And he's going to let it lock onto the tower before he does that. Of course he is. So, yeah, this game's over. Let's go with the Ice Spirit, and I'm going to get ready to try and log the gang if I can. He's not going to do that, though, so I'll just kind of let this go. Yep, log that now. A lot of log value pouring in. And that, unfortunately, means we're not going to take the tower unless I can get a little trick on him, but I don't have enough elixir, unfortunately, guys, so I'd love to have gotten the tower. I don't think we will, though. Unless... Oh, we would have gotten it, man, if I had more time. But anyways, GG's. That was a perfect game. That was, like, no stress at all. And honestly, guys, this deck is so solid and stable that you can just really win any matchup with it and just do a good job. But that's going to be a flawless 10-0 undefeated start to the global tourney. Very happy, if I do say so. Pretty proud of how I played, especially that RG match. That was pretty solid. And then the Lava Hound match, I'd say I played pretty well as well. You know, you take tower damage as a resource. That deck takes tower damage as a resource to the extreme. But that is a flawless 10-0 start like I wanted, guys. So that is a really good start to this video and my GT overall. And again, lots of fun with these decks. That was a crazy deck, but these crazy mid-ladder decks are exactly what Xbow specializes in, because you can just play safe, play solid, and outplay your opponents with like good mechanics and concepts again, elixir counting, card cycle counting, like what I did there to get my locks, and then you can just win the game off of that. And if I couldn't win, I could just play this matchup with defensive Xbows, fireball cycling if I need to, and I'd win that way as well. So, really nice win. Overall, guys, 5 straight matches, 2 3 crowns as well. Probably the most 3 crowns I've gotten. But that was a wild RG game. That was actually crazy. We were able to get it done, though. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Again, every deck is in the description below if you'd like to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.